Good afternoon, everybody. Today's day is Sunday, and we are coming up to the full moon in Sagittarius today, which will happen late on here in the UK and very early on in the morning over in the States. So depending on where you are, you'll start to feel this probably today, wherever you are, but obviously the culmination is sooner for us in the UK than you guys over there. So what's all this about? Well, I think this is actually one of the nicer full moons of the year, because obviously the moon will hook up with Jupiter, and obviously Jupiter in its own sign of Sagittarius. So it's about making the most of opportunities. It's the chance to look in a new direction and to face the future with positive thoughts. You will get rained on later in the week and have those dreams and ideals maybe toned down a little bit, made more realistic. But now, over the next couple of days, while the moon is in Sagittarius, it is the time to think big and to look to where you want to be with confidence, because obviously Jupiter brings that to the table. Saturn knocks our confidence, and obviously with the continual storms around that area, you will be battered on enough. So make the most of the chances to feel confident, feel positive. It's a chance to say, look outwardly for opportunities and any sort of events that could point you in the right direction of where to go in the future. Say conversations with people, look to where the opportunities are. My middle daughter's taken it upon herself to apply for a load of new jobs. She's Sagittarius sun this weekend, so hopefully she will see the fruition of those, but definitely making the most of that Sagittarian energy that's out there. So, like I say, make the most of that for the next couple of days, because then we're back to the Saturn weather again when the moon moves into Capricorn on Tuesday and Wednesday in America. So that'll be the chance then to sort of maybe look more realistically about the things that you have been putting down on the table as to where you'd like to go. And it could be just the fact that, just feeling a little bit more hopefully realistic rather than pessimistic about things. And it could be, people just wanting to rain on your parade a little bit if you talk to them about some of these ideas. But particularly if it's people that you feel are no longer should be a part of your life as well. Because, I mean, the thing about, we'll come on to talk to it when we look at Neptune in a bit, is this time with the Cancer Capricorn piece and the Jupiter Neptune piece, particularly as Neptune goes retrograde later this week. It's about things that no longer work for you, people that no longer work for you. So when you're having these Moon in Capricorn days or Moon in Cancer days, or aspects on any of those cardinals, you can often see where you want to leave things behind and people behind and situations behind, because everything's just telling you that it's wrong now. You should be starting to get the message after the last 6 months, but if you haven't twigged onto it by now, then hopefully some of this stuff that's happening at the moment, and particularly as we move into the Sun in Cancer later this week, you will find that this will become more and more of that's out there flashing at you and saying, no, this is no longer the way in which I want to go. Sorry, Lula's come to join us here. These are no longer the people I want to be with. They just rain on my parade constantly. They're just like negative about the things I want to do. They don't see me as I really am. They want to keep me in a box. They want to keep me down. They just don't want to allow me to grow into the person that I am. And it could be, no matter how much you love these people and how much you care about them, it's time to you can just sort of not have as much contact with those people, or decide that maybe you just want them out of your life now, and that you want to be around people that are more about the way where you want to be and the person you want to be, rather than the person they see you as, that you've maybe were in the past, but are wanting to change now, move forward into the future. Like I say, the moon in Capricorn Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you'll get a bit of a break of things until the 21st, which is the solstice day, the longest day of the year, when the sun moves into Cancer and Neptune goes retrograde. Neptune going retrograde now until November. So we've got that there for a good few months. And these transits, these retrograde backwards and forwards of these big planets happen regularly, because I always think it's about because these are big messages and big changes that we have to make in our lives. It's like you go forward a little bit and test out the new waters, then you have to step back again when the retrograde happens to review and to decide whether or not this is the right way forward for you. And often things will happen, like I was saying about when the moon was in Capricorn, things will happen that will show you the way forward, whether or not that you are on the right lines with things, or whether you need to move faster forward in getting rid of some of this stuff that's just not working for you, or not being around those kind of people anymore. Neptune is all about your belief system, and what I've said before about the North Node in Cancer is, with those things being there, it's about the most important thing at the moment with these aspects is how you feel about things, how you feel deep inside your spiritual dimension. That is important to know, to understand. And when Neptune goes retrograde, you might have those beliefs tested a little bit. But those kind of things can then make you more determined to be able to move forward and to go into new territory. It's a really good time as well if you have got any bad habits or any kind of addictive behaviours that you want to get rid of. Then when Neptune is retrograde, that's the best time to do them. So if you're thinking of changing your diet in some way, that you want to give up smoking or drinking or taking any drugs or any kind of things like that, that is the good opportunity to do so, because it will make it easier for you to do. Other things that you could be doing as well, or be noticing, is that Neptune retrograde can often bring up fears and phobias. So they could be, if those things have been part of your life, that there's certain things that you feel anxious about or fearful about, that now could be a good time to address those, because there might be instances that tip you over and just go, I really need to sort this out. My anxiety about flying, or my anxiety about claustrophobia, or whatever it happens to be. It's like often these retrogrades will bring up instances that just say that this was so bad, I really need to do something about this now. So think about the things that you want to get rid of in your life that could make your life a whole lot better. So changes to behaviours that you just become ingrained, that that they become your comfort blanket when things are going bad, that you've relied on your sort of personal crutches when the days are grim. And it could be that you are, rather than making things better, just putting things off. And Neptune retrograde won't allow you to put these things off any longer. It's like, if your life is so shit that you have to drink a bottle of whiskey every night, then your life needs changing, and then that will stop the whiskey drinking altogether. So just we're looking for those areas where you think you can change your behaviours and face your fears and face the things that maybe aren't working for you, and to move forward. On a global scale, the Neptune retrograde is often associated with scandals and gossip, and obviously with Neptune being associated with religion, it could be something around that. So it could be more scandals that have coming up. I mean, not that they haven't already, with the Catholic Church in particular. but it could be some figures that you know, maybe parliamentary figures, or you know, in the Senate, that people who've been advocating certain things because of their religious beliefs could be caught out and found that they're actually being hypocritical about these things. So don't be surprised if you see some of those things happening as well. So that's the Neptune retrograde, and obviously Sun moving into Cancer, which would, this sort of deluge of things coming up, started the other week with Mercury moving into Cancer, so heralding through the thoughts and ideas the kind of things that will be coming up, which will start with the eclipse season, which starts on July the 2nd. When you say we'll get, first of all, the Sun moving into Cancer, then Venus will move into Cancer, and these will all start opposing those planets in Capricorn, and the Cancer planets will be aligning with that North Node. So for all you cardinal people, particularly Cancers and Capricorns, you know, your birthday season will be eventful, to say the least, and you know, say you will probably look back in 12 months' time and you won't recognise the person that you have become, because you'll have moved, you know, away from a lot of these things that are going to come to light. So, you know, whether that be changes to your job, changes to your family, changes to your location, just attitudes towards things, just all getting shaken up and changed, either voluntarily or by other people forcing them upon you. But like I say, don't expect things to stay the same, because they won't. You know, the whole world is shifting on its axis, and you are in the eye of the storm of a lot of this. So don't be surprised for an eventful birthday season, all my lovely Cancerian friends out there. So that's the weather for this week. Make the most of the solstice, even though, say, it could be heavy weather going on. Look forward, look to where you can change for the better. Look for where your heart is taking you and where your spiritual beliefs want you to be. You can be different, you can change, you don't have to remain the same. You don't have to stay in situations that aren't doing you good. You can go out there and make a whole new life for yourself that will be better, even if it could mean feeling lonely or scared at first. You know, all the best things make you feel like that at the start, because they are new and they are strange, but once you get into them, you could find them to be a whole lot better than the life you've had, especially over the last sort of 12 years or so. Since 2012, I didn't mean to say 12 years ago, since 2012. All right, my lovelies, well, enjoy your weekend, and I shall be speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.